Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Ann and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann. Today we are going to be getting back to some old school techniques. We're going to be decorating papers using Distress Oxide inks. This is one of my long-time very favorite ways to decorate paper. So let's make sure your surface is as clear as possible. And we are going to be using, like I said, Distress Oxides. Now, Distress Oxides are a type of ink that is reactive to water. So it's imperative that you use the oxide and not the other one. Let me grab it right here and show you. Don't use the Distress ink. It's different than Distress Oxide. So you want the oxide for this one. So this, if you haven't done this before, it might appear a little interesting. Trust me, go with the flow. So let's pick out some colors. Let's use, let's see. Okay. And then I need a blue. Okay, here we go. So for this first one, we have Mermaid Lagoon, one of my favorites, Squeezed Lemonade, Carved Pumpkin, Seedless Preserves, and Worn Lipstick. And this is what we're going to do. So I'm working on my Tonic Studios Tim Holtz glass mask. It doesn't look like it's clean, but it's clean, trust me. So what we're going to do is we are going to take and just rub in different places on my glass mat these 5 different inks. And because this one's my favorite, we're going to add that in a few places. Now, remember I said it's water reactive. I am using this water sprayer. I was using the Tim Holtz one for quite a while. It's wonderful. It has a really nice fine mist to it. But then I got this one on Temu. I do not know what to call it. I have no idea. I don't even know. It might be for oil. I don't know. Everything becomes a craft thing in my house. So I've added a decent amount of water. You can see it's already being water reactive. So I just kind of pat my paper down, spreading those colors in all different aspects. And this is what I get. I'm going to add some more to those spots that didn't have anything, and I'm just kind of doing this sort of swipe. Now I'm using white cardstock. It is a very thick cardstock. I believe it's 110 pound. Let's add a little bit more here. Now I can add more ink with my ink pad to this. Oh, look at that. Spritz this. This one has a really fine mist. That's what I like about it. Super pretty. I love these bright colors. Let me move that over there. Let's add another layer. You know what? We're going to do the exact same ones. Yes, I like to do things that are sort of distressed looking or very bright colors. There's really no middle ground for me. I like all of it. Okay, you can see that's already reactive right there. A little bit reactive here. Now, what some people do is they take their heat tool and they dry it in between. I am outside. No need of that. Layering. And these layer beautifully. Look at that. How pretty. A little bit more right over here. Keep adding water, just keep adding it to the paper. How neat is that? Now, sometimes there is a little bit of a difference when you do heat set this with a heat gun or a little milder of a heat gun, not a hairdryer. Hairdryer is very different. And you can see there's some little reactions happening here. I just love doing this. So what can I do with this? I can cut it up. I can make cards with it. I can put it through my die cut machine and cut die cuts with this. But right now we're going to put it to the side and we're going to let it dry. And we're going to make a couple others. Oh, salvaged patina. All right, so let's use this one with the Victorian velvet. How many is that? That's 4. We'll do that. Okay, so I have milled lavender, antique linen, shaded lilac, salvaged patina, and Victorian velvet. You might wonder why some of these aren't laying flat. I have a trick where I keep a little bit of Velcro right here, and then this is my blending tool sponge, so I have a different tip to my blending tool that coordinates with each and every one of these. So that's why that's there. All right, let's put these down in the same fashion. And these are a lot more pastel. I'm not a big pastel kind of person, but this is going to be pretty. I like to sit down, stand up. Sit down, stand up. There. I got a lot of water on that. Grab another piece of paper. And I'm just gonna dance it around. This is what I have so far. Dancing it around the different colors on the different parts of my paper. What I have so far, completely different than that first one. The first one was much more bolder colors, which are more my colors. I'm not a pastel person. Let's add a little bit more over here. And this is what we have. Very, very, very pretty. If I do say so myself. Let's see if my light will turn on here. Yeah, you're getting a shadow from my camera thing. All right, that's as good as I can get it. All right, we're gonna add some more colors to this. Still very pretty, but let's add a little bit more. Add some water. And let's just keep layering. I like to turn. Don't forget the edges in the corners. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, very pretty. Very, very, very pretty. This is a very saturated paper. You can do watercolor paper with this. You can do, Tim Holtz makes papers that are for this, but you know, I have always had really good luck just using cardstock. This is quite saturated. This one's quite saturated, but you know what? I'm outside and this is drying. So I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to stick them over here right directly in the sun. Those will be dry momentarily. And then let's just keep adding to this. So we haven't used this one. We haven't used this one. Haven't used. Okay, let's move this swap over here. All right. So this is going to give us something a little Christmassy looking. But you know what? Let's try it. Let's play with it and see what we get. So we're using fired brick. We're using forest moss. Kitsch flamingo. Spiced marmalade. I normally wouldn't put some of these colors together. And aged mahogany. Okay, let's see what this gives us. This is going to be interesting. I don't normally put pink with red. Or reds with greens, unless I'm doing a Christmas thing. So it's clear, clean piece of white cardstock. Let's get some of these edges. See what we got. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Ooh, I kind of like that. All right, we need more. Right there. You know what? Let's do another round of this one. Actually, that's really pretty. I like that. Would not have thought I would have liked that. I am out in nature, and you can hear nature talking to us. Little chipmunks. Yep, they're chirping away. They like being in my videos. Okay, exact same colors we just did. Give it a little bit of a water spritz. Just plain water. That's all I'm using. Okay, and let's layer on top of this. So this is what we have before we add other stuff. And I want to make sure I get these corners. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm filling in those corners. Let's fill in these two corners. Nice. Okay, those corners are all nice and filled in. Let's add globs all over now. And then I can just kind of do this drag technique. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's pretty. Actually, it's very fall looking. Very fall leaves looking. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to be making some fall cards with that. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so these have been sitting for 2 seconds in the direct sun. It is 99.9% dry. You're going to see that these curl up. You can either put it between book pages to uncurl it, or, you know, when you glue it to a card, it's going to be glued down. Let's cut some up and make some cards with it. All right, I'm going to sit down for this. Let me put that over there for 2 seconds. Let's make some cards. My inks. And I have this marked on this one where to cut for my cards. I added a line. Let's cut up some cardstock. And this is going to be the base of my greeting cards. These are going to be super, 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 super simple. I just want to make sure this is dry. Yes, it is. I know it has paint all over it. That's okay. All right, let me grab my bone folder. Just simply going to fold these over, make some card bases. I have a whole bunch of different things here. I have no idea what I'm going to put on top of these. But we will see. All right, I have some 4 card bases. Let me grab my paper trimmer again. Let me grab this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half using that same measurement for my cards. It is not going to end up being, oh, see, it wasn't fully dry. That's what happens when it's not fully dry, but that's okay. We can work with it. And then I want this to be 4. Let's see if this part's fully dry. It is. And then let's give this a trim to here. Yeah. And this is our card front so far. I'm going to let this piece dry while we go ahead and play around with this card. So I just trimmed it down. I am going to grab my double-sided tape. That is a disaster of a disaster here. But double-sided tape will hold this down. And that's just ink I have on it. All right, let's move this out of the way. Double-sided tape has a little bit more of a strength to it than like a glue stick would not hold this down. And like I said, this is just ever so slightly still damp, not necessarily how quickly I would use this. I would certainly let it sit and dry a little bit more. And I want to cut this off. And then I want to come in and just do a piece in the center. Now, some ideas that you can do with these, and I don't have any here, but I will do some videos in the future, is I take pieces that I fully decorate, and then I just simply add black die cuts, like die cuts of a flower or something. I do not have any of those here. So let's see. We have this all taken care of. Okay, let's stick that down. Make sure it's nice and attached. And then I do have right here, I can reach it. I've been working on some Christmas crafts, but I do have some die cuts in here. And I can color these if I want, or I could just leave them as is. And I have the words hope, I have the words joy, and I have some hearts. Oh yeah. this is gonna work for me today. This glue works when it feels like working. Ooh, whoops. Hey, it's working. Let's just glue these branches down. This is what this fine tip is really good for. Let's put that right there. Add a little bit of glue. This is a very, 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 very simple card. I want to get rid of that before I put paper or something in that. Let's see. Do joy. Yeah. Although, do we need the hearts? Yeah, we'll have the hearts. We have them. Let's use them. Normally I would come in and I would decorate the hearts with stamps or ink or pastels, but sometimes it's really nice to have simplicity. And the other thing that I have that I love to add to my cards is I have my container that has all my little flat back gems. And let's match up some colors. I'm gonna need these two things. Oh, we're gonna do that one. So let's get that out of the way. Let's move all of these out of the way. They're all completely in my way. We're done with the little birds. Okay, so I have this little tray here. And then I have my little picker. This has wax at one end. This jazzes anything up. Okay, I might add a couple more. And a friend of mine does the diamond painting. So I am fortunate enough that he will share his extra little gems with me. A big thank you, Bill. And you can also get these on Amazon, on Temu, and Hobby Lobby. They come in all different sizes, all different colors. And just a couple of gems. Need a couple more here. We'll just jazz this right up. And it's pretty to have bling. Okay, how does that look? Does it bring joy to you? But do you see how simple it is just to use something as simple as this quick and easy background and then create something like this? So, yeah, we have all of our other papers here. And you can see that they're pretty dry. This is a little wet right here, but when it starts to curl, that's how you know it's pretty dry. I'm outside. I'm not using my heat gun and my heat tool and my little tools that make my paper dry. I'm out in nature. I'm using the sun. That's how I'm doing this. If you dried this with your heat gun between layers, you will get a different level of water reactiveness. I am very happy and very comfortable with this. These make me happy. This is something that I hope will go on and make somebody else happy. So I think we're going to stop there. We're not going to make any more cards right now, but I think we will in future videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.